Welcome to the One Question Leadership Podcast. I'm Greg Burke, and now in my 24th year as Director of Athletics at Northwestern State University. Creating an environment in which student athletes and young professionals can develop skill sets to make them successful in any walk of life is invaluable. Mentors can provide an extra measure of confidence by helping them grow, by seeking their input, and by listening to their ideas. This and much more can be found in Will Baggett and Ty Brown's book, The Blueprint for a Successful Career, a foundation for developing young professionals. Find it on Amazon.
Greetings, this is Ty Brown, and welcome to the One Question Leadership Podcast, where we highlight executive and organizational leadership. Our guest today is Jashell Mitchell. Jashell is a manager for diversity and inclusion with the NFL. Greetings, Jashell. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Ty. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, I've known you for a few years now. You were one of the first people to give me any type of feedback on the One Question podcast to tell me that I was doing a good job and that you actually listened to it. So I really appreciate having you on here today.
No problem. No problem. They are great resources, and I enjoy each session that you do.
Thank you very much. Now, your role, manager for diversity and inclusion. Let me give a little bit about your background first. Recently, before joining the NFL, you were the assistant athletics director for internal operations and the assistant senior woman administrator at North Carolina Central. Of course, before that, our paths crossed were you were the director of football operations there at North Carolina Central and spent 14 years total in college athletics. And of course, this is your second season with the NFL. Then they hire you as manager for diversity and inclusion. What does that position entail?
Awesome, Ty. Thank you for your question. As the manager of diversity and inclusion for the football operations unit of the National Football League, my responsibilities are the HBCU initiatives, which I communicate with not only the universities within the HBCU space, the conference commissioners, the athletic directors, as well as the senior woman administrators at each of these institutions. So it's a continuous dialogue about the resources and opportunities of how we can connect and build pipeline programming with the students at their institutions for the various internships and job opportunities that we have within the NFL League office as well as our club teams. So from an HBCU initiative perspective, those are some of the highlights that I build on a yearly basis, including the HBCU Careers and Football Forum, which we connect with the MEAC and SWAT conference, as well as ESPN, to host a Thursday breakfast with the two participating teams in the Celebration Bowl. And then on Friday, we hold a professional development career forum. We have over 100 HBCU affiliated students who will attend with a day of professional development with the National Football League.
Right. I'll ask you a bit more about that event shortly, but in terms of working with the HBCUs from your position and connecting with the HBCUs, the commissions, the athletics offices, how many internships are created from the work that you do with the various clubs that are there at the NFL office?
Oh, multiple internships. Depending on what we have going on, we pipeline program with internships at Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, Combine, Draft, and some of the club events. So there's multiple internships that the students from the HBCU conferences attend with us throughout the year. How we identify those students is through the HBCU Careers and Football Forum as a participant, as well as the communication from the conference commissioners, as well as the athletic directors and athletic leaders on their high-performing students on their campuses.
So the internships could be for a specific 2 or 3 day event, or they could potentially be a long-term internship where somebody goes in over a summer or maybe at post-graduation or something along those lines.
Correct. We had a couple interns last year, one from Morehouse, Michael Holmes, as well as Sissy Farmer from Hampton University. They were with us over the summer and one through the fall. So there are opportunities for internships, throughout the year. Like I said, Super Bowl last year, we had about 6 students from some HBCU schools that attended the Super Bowl Atlanta with us.
Okay. And so is this the work you're doing now with the HBCUs? Is that something that existed before you arrived, or did you grow it, or is this something you started? Tell me about the longevity of the work that you're doing.
Yes, it's definitely a mixture. It did exist, the area as far as the Careers and Football Forum existed prior to my arrival. The leadership of my boss, Troy Vincent, Executive Vice President of Football Operations, and Rod Graves, who's now the leader of the Pollard Alliance. They put us to the fire to say, hey, let's continue to build our relationships with our HBCUs. Let's continue to provide opportunities for on-the-job training and internships. Throughout the summer, I met with the commissioner of the MEAC and the SWAT, Dr. Charles McClellan and Dr. Dennis Thomas of the MEAC, and the most requested thing that they had was internships and opportunities for their students. So we definitely made that happen.
Do you give a framework to the clubs or events for the experiences that you would like the interns to receive during their time there?
Yes, at the NFL League office, we label our opportunities experiences with our NFL teams. During the HBCU Careers and Football Forum, our 32 club teams attend the HBCU Careers and Football Forum to directly communicate with the students who are interested in jobs at their respective teams. So the teams come in with opportunities ready to go. They're just meeting face to face with the students from these institutions to assist and kind of have like a on-the-spot interview type of situation with the students who are attending the HBCU Careers and Football Forum. So from an experience-ship perspective, we have various things from the NFL League office that we directly communicate with the commissioners and the athletic directors for students from their institutions. And that is how we kind of directly identify students to, pipeline into the programs that we have.
Okay, so the HBCU Careers and Football Forum seems like a very important aspect of what you do and of providing the talent and experiences either to the students, but the talent to the programs, events, and organizations that you provide the talent to. Now, are these student athletes mostly, or some of them people who aren't athletes? Or tell me about that Career and Football Forum and what the makeup of it is.
Yes, it's a very important event, and it's an opportunity for students to directly communicate with our 32 NFL club teams. Now, the communication that we have to the 4 HBCU conferences, we communicate to them to nominate. It's a nominated event, so it's not, a random, show up if you want to. Each of the 4 HBCU conferences, they nominate students to attend the HBCU Careers and Football Forum. So, again, we're not on each of these campuses, but we entrust the leadership at these institutions to send us their best of the best on their campus. And that is who is nominated to attend the HBCU Careers and Football Forum. So, like I said, all of the commissioners and the leadership at these institutions, they send us their best. They're not always student athletes. Some of their student leaders. We've had, Miss NCCU. We had SGA president of Alabama State. So, again, the students who tell us and tell their leadership that they want to work in sports. If you want to work in sports, you're in communication with your athletic department so that way your athletic director can nominate you for different things because we communicate directly with the athletic directors and the senior leadership on their campuses. So, again, it's not necessarily, not saying that it can't happen, but a full jump from a student to the NFL League office, it's kind of slim. At the same time, if your athletic director or your senior woman administrator or your conference commissioner nominates you for an opportunity that we have, that's telling us you're in communication with your campus, you're active and involved, and we trust their judgment for the students that they're sending to us for opportunities that we have.
Yeah, if they're willing to put their jersey on a student or student athlete, then essentially they're vouching for that person, right? That person comes with that commissioner's or that athletic director's last name on the back of their jersey. That means you've been vouched for. I wonder about the various evaluation points, right? Do the student athletes evaluate their own experience-ship, like you mentioned, at the end and give you guys some type of feedback? Do the clubs or the events give you some type of evaluation on the intern? And then how do you evaluate the HBCU Careers and Football Forum? And lastly, in terms of evaluation, how are you evaluated internally within yourself, or how do the people you report to evaluate what you are doing in your position?
No problem. Yes, we definitely are evaluated. We value the feedback not only of the students who attend the panelists that attend, and also the NFL talent acquisition representatives who are on site, that are there. So we definitely look for feedback of, things that we can do better, things that we can do different, or, situations to where they can, have more time with the talent acquisition representatives to secure opportunities at their club teams. So we definitely are evaluated by the students, the panelists, as well as the NFL representatives.
Right. Always
Shy
willing to
away
learn and
from,
grow in terms of,
the
right.
feedback. Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's how we become better, provide better opportunities, maximize everyone's time. And again, the focal point is the student experience, the NFL team experience of when they're looking for diverse candidates, high profile, high quality students. We have a one-stop shop for them to come and select from the great students from our HBCU institutions.
Right. Now, in terms of individual level, do the students provide some type of, after they've done their experience-ship, as you termed it, do they provide some type of input on the experience as a whole?
Yes, we do send out a survey and, communication to them directly. Like I said, the students who attended the Super Bowl last year, we definitely followed up with those students, as far as their experience and just kind of, again, the networking piece of the people that they met, the experience that they had. The time with the NFL football operations leadership. We definitely look forward to the feedback from all of those students just so we know we're in the right space, we're providing the right opportunities. And then to the feedback to the commissioners and the presidents. One of the things that President Gallup from Grambling, was really very appreciative of. One of his students attended the Super Bowl with us, and she spoke very highly about it, and other students had opportunities. So Grambling sent quite a few other students to different things that we were, experiences that we were providing. So it's relationships like that goes a long way. And then from a resource standpoint, the universities are bought in. So they understand, hey, we may pay for hotels, the school may pay for the flight, but they understand the magnitude of the opportunity, so they're willing to assist the students to get that experience.
Which is very important. And then what about you in terms of how you're evaluated in terms of the work that you do and how you evaluate yourself too?
No doubt about it. I'm very, very hard on myself more than anything, but I have an awesome team in Troy Vincent and Terrell Holloway, as well as Jamil Gittens, who are my team leads. They definitely, they give me, foundational opportunities to kind of build it to what I definitely, know. I'm a HBCU graduate as well as a administrator at the HBCU. But we definitely have KPIs to look for as far as students with opportunities, the amount of clubs that participate. And as far as an evaluation for me, it's definitely, how many students that we provide opportunities for, the relationships that we build with the conference commissioners, athletic directors, and athletic staff. So it's definitely an opportunity for us to grow and learn, and then to be authentic through the process. We're not picking up the phone, when we need something or we need a facility. We're building true, authentic relationships, so that evaluation goes a long way. For the Magic City Classic, both presidents of ASU and Alabama A&M, as well as both of their directors of athletics, we honor their NFL alumni at the Magic City Classic, so it's kind of a hybrid deal. Not only are we servicing the HBCUs, but we're paying homage too to the guys from the HBCUs who helped build the NFL from the beginning stages. So it's a various point of as far as evaluation and things that we do from the HBCU space that we value, and we continue to be authentic with that communication and relationship for the students on their campuses to have opportunities with the National Football League.
Right, and help me out here. How long has the HBCU Careers in Football Forum been going on?
It's been going on for 4 seasons.
So 4 seasons, and so I imagine at some point in the next 2 or 3 years, you guys will evaluate the whole program to see like how many people have actually gotten jobs from coming through as interns, how many students participate each year, all those type of things, right? It'll be a grand evaluation over time.
Correct, no doubt about it. We definitely keep a dashboard as far as opportunities that have been secured through the HBCU Careers in Football Forum. We have quite a few that, are currently working with NFL teams in various areas, some seasonal, some permanent, but we definitely keep a dashboard of opportunities that have come from the HBCU Careers in Football Forum, but also the relationships of just one-on-one, if it's at the Combine, if it's at the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, or the draft. So there's definitely a dashboard that we have for students that have had opportunities at these particular NFL tentpole events.
All right. Well, Jashell, the work you're doing sounds like it's very important in terms of creating a pipeline of skilled, smart people coming in to work for the NFL or just to work in football, period, similar to what you did back when you were director of football operations, of course, me too, with the American Football Coaches Association. So I really appreciate what you're doing. And I also really appreciate you joining us here on the One Question Leadership Podcast.
No problem, Ty. Thank you so much, and keep up the great work.
That was Jashell Mitchell. She's the manager for diversity and inclusion at the NFL. And of course, this is Ty Brown with One Question. And keep in mind, the role of a leader is to create and maintain an environment that people want to be a part of. And as always, be better tomorrow than you are today. This episode of the One Question Leadership Podcast is produced by Spades Media Group, solving problems using creative leadership.